If you're a Muslim who struggle with laziness, then this video, I'll teach you exactly how to fix that. Now, fixing laziness as a Muslim isn't about doing a 7-day dopamine detox or taking a cold shower. And this framework that I'm about to give you is the exact framework that I use to go from a lazy Muslim that scrolls all day to working 12 hours a day without feeling tired at all. Number one is wasting time. My teacher told me that there's 5 times where a Muslim or a student of knowledge wastes. And I just want to say you probably clicked on this video to learn how to stop wasting your time and also learn how to actually break free from the distractions. So you're probably already above the 5% Muslims, right? Now, I don't actually blame you for your laziness. Ever since we got our first phone, we got addicted. And even when we look around us, everyone is addicted on their phone. So now you're addicted and you're also surrounded by people who are also addicted. Of course, it is very hard to break free. If we open our phone's history for the last 6 to 7 years, only Allah knows best what is there. Instagram, TikTok, Clash of Royale, video games, and for many, even porn 3 to 4 times a day, scrolling for hours. It was just dopamine non-stop, and our brain never had a break. We were just overstimulated to the point that our brain can't handle it anymore. The apps on the surface, it seems normal, like calling your parents, messaging your friends, watching funny videos, but you don't actually realize how much it's doing to your brain. And this is the main cause of your laziness. But think about it this way. We've all played video games before, and there's always a leveling system. That's exactly how we are so hooked on these video games. So as a Muslim on self-improvement, what can we do? Instead of leveling up in games, we can level up in real life. Just imagine your dream life with everything you would do. Eating healthy, having a nice body, enjoying the hard work, and having a righteous spouse. And think about what you need to do to get there and set this like checkpoint thing. For example, in 1 month, I'm gonna get my screen time from 9 hours to 4 hours a day. Because in reality, you're probably thinking, I'm gonna go from 9 hours a day to 30 minutes a day. But it's just not possible because your brain is already programmed like this. So you need time to adjust. Another example is I'll eat healthy 3 times a week. I'll do a 30-minute workout 3 times a week. I'll do 1 hour of deep work every single day. And once you're at this 1 month mark, you've leveled up. You went from not doing any of these habits to doing it every single day or a few times a week. And that is a lot of progress already alone about it. And you need to add more volume and more volume. And after every month, that is 1+ in your level. Just keep this in mind as well. Comfort is the killer of man. Allah puts the believers through tests, not to break them, but to build them. Allah says in the Quran, Allah does not burden a soul more than he can handle. And these days, we've replaced hardship with comforts. Comfort food, comfort entertainment, comfort dopamine. And this is exactly why we're weak, why we're lazy, and why we're depressed. And the only solution is to chase discomfort. And the way that you chase this discomfort is through a dopamine detox. But instead of a 7-day challenge or a month challenge, you do a complete 360 shift. It shouldn't be, I'm going to do a dopamine detox for 7 days only. You need to change your identity to someone who does not chase these cheap dopamine. Because we're always fed this lie that if we just do a 7-day reset, our life will instantly get better. But no, you need a real identity change. You are no longer someone who chases cheap dopamine. You are a servant of Allah that trains, that delays pleasure, someone who is patient, and someone who is improving themselves to get the love of Allah. Now, what is the difference between cheap dopamine and earned dopamine? When you consume a lot of cheap dopamine, you might think that you're getting happier. But studies have shown that when you consume these cheap dopamine, it's true that your dopamine rises. But when you stop, it goes below your happiness baseline. Meaning that if you do this action more and more, you're just going to become more and more depressed. But as for earned dopamine, it's the opposite of that. Instead of going below your baseline of happiness, it goes above your baseline of happiness. And it's meaningful. It gives us purpose and it's fulfilling. This is why when you work on something long term, like your body, your business, memorizing Quran, you feel alive. Why do you think that Muslims who truly worship Allah and the Muslims who strive to gain the love of Allah are the most fulfilled? It's because they understand that Jannah is delayed gratification and delayed rewards give it meaning. Cheap dopamine gives pleasure, earned dopamine gives us purpose. But when you stop consuming cheap dopamine, you'll feel calmer, you'll feel happier, and you'll feel like you're in control of your life. And then everything else will just follow. When I did this, I became the happiest version of myself. My physique grew, my relationship with Allah grew, and my discipline for the hard things also grew. I finally felt present because I wasn't always stimulated anymore. Now just be humble with yourself. You're probably a Muslim who isn't at where you want to be yet. So that's why I built a community full of Muslims who is striving to gain the love of Allah. So if you're a Muslim who wants to gain the love of Allah, then click the first link in the description, inshallah. Now this is the exact system that I built to get me where I am now. Pick 3 things that you want to fix in your life. And you should not be more than 3 things. For example, my list is get more members in my paid community, build a nice body, and memorize the Quran. Now think about this. What actions pushes you to reach that goal? And dedicate 1 hour every single day for that action. And that's it. For example, if your goal is to build a nice body, then your task is to go to the gym. If your goal is to get good at school, then study. Do this every day because it's only 3 things. And after this, you'll be unstoppable, inshallah. And when you focus on too many things, you're eventually going to burn out because it's going to be too much for you. And the final actionable step that I want you to take, and it might just change your life, is delete Instagram, delete TikTok, delete the instant pleasures that is killing you. You might ask, what do I do then? Live, be present, walk, think, look outside the window, make dua, read Quran, and work on things that are actually fulfilling to you. Just be human again because you do not need stimulations 24/7. Your soul needs silence as much as your body needs food. And as I said, if you're looking for a community full of Muslims who is striving to gain the love of Allah through self-improvement, and you want to surround yourself with those people, then click the first link in the description, inshallah. And I'm also looking for creators that work with me to promote this, and you'll get a percentage of that share. If you're interested, just DM me on my Instagram. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.